From Wish TV and the All Indiana Podcast Network, this is the News 8 Daily 8 Podcast, a Wish TV News 8 update.
Gunfire at the end of a Central Indiana high school basketball game. What happened and reaction from the school district.
Final debate before the Republican presidential primary season. Indiana's best political team explains why one of the three candidates, or rather three of the candidates, focused on one of them.
Well, the president's plan to help eliminate student debt. News 8 has the new numbers on just how much has been erased in Indiana.
Audible's romance collection has something to satisfy every side of you. When it comes to what kind of romance you're into, you don't have to choose just one. Fancy a dalliance with a duke, or maybe a steamy billionaire. You could find a book boyfriend in the city and another one tearing it up on the hockey field. And if nothing on this earth satisfies, you can always find love in another realm. Discover modern rom-coms from authors like Lily Chu and Ali Hazelwood, the latest romantasy series from Sarah J. Maas and Rebecca Yarros, plus Regency favorites like Bridgerton and Outlander. And of course, all the really steamy stuff. Your first great love story is free when you sign up for a free 30-day trial at audible.com/Wondery. That's audible.com/Wondery.
Good Thursday morning to you, and thank you for beginning your day with us here at Daybreak. Marcus Bailey, he knows about the weather, the forecast, and the temperatures today. Yeah. What can we expect?
It's going to be a good story here, I think. Going to brighten the sky up, so that's going to be an improvement. It's going to help warm things up. If there's any hang up, it does get a little breezy, but I don't think it's going to be enough to kind of move things around here a little bit. It's just going to be a bit of a nuisance if you're going to be standing outside. But it's going to be a milder breeze. Let's get you outside, get you started here on a Thursday. I know it's tough to see now, but give it about an hour and 45 minutes, and you're going to see the sky brighten up pretty quickly. 34 with a clear sky overhead. Note those winds out of the south and west around 13 miles per hour. So it is a little gusty. It's certainly noticeable. It's not overly problematic. And I think that's how the rest of the day is going to kind of play out at times. We're all hovering around that freezing mark. 33 in Carmel, Fishers, Anderson, Noblesville as well. 34 in Plainfield, 32 Mooresville, Greenwood, and Franklin. May see these numbers tick down a degree or two, but those winds picking up really helping to prevent us from seeing a free fall with those temperatures. Coldest spots right now, Madison, Richmond, and Louisville, all sitting at 32 degrees. Around 10 to 15 mile per hour sustained winds. We're getting gusts between 20 and 25. I think that's going to be pretty common. I don't know if we're going to see these numbers increase a whole lot more than where we're at right now. Satellite, quiet overhead, tons of sunshine, and that will be the case for the remainder of the day. Wind gusts 25 to 30 at times. Everything coming straight out of the south. Numbers are going to be nice today. 47 at noon, 52 by 2 o'clock, and I'm going with a high of 54 degrees later on today. That is over 10 degrees above average for this time of year. And I'll tell you, I think tomorrow could be a bit warmer. I think Saturday could be even warmer than that. So a nice stretch over the next 3 days, but it does come with some gusty winds, and we may be talking some rain and storm chances as we open up the weekend. We will run that down in my 8-day forecast coming your way in just a few minutes.
To our top stories, including gunfire outside a Central Indiana high school basketball game.
It sent panic through the crowd at Lawrence Central, and police believe that they have the person who fired the gun. News 8's Amisha Ramsey joins us live now. Amisha, the chief of police says officers responded quick and rapidly.
That's right. Good morning, Brittany. Good morning, Scott. Well, according to PD, they said they did respond quickly, and school will resume today and go on as normal. The Lawrence police chief says that people should be able to go to a high school basketball game without any interruption. And that's exactly the opposite of what happened last night, post chaos after that game. Now, officers at Lawrence Central arrived here around 9:20 last night. The school is near I-465 and 56th Street. Now, police confirmed that someone shot twice in the parking lot near the gym entrance, apparently at the end of a fight. Officers were spotted on the scene. We got video there. You can see them searching the campus. Law enforcement swiftly responded to clear the entire school.
There's a lot of planning that goes into these. You plan ahead of time, hoping you never have to do this, hoping you never have to stand here. But all that said, we are very cognizant of the fact that we're not talking about a larger tragedy. So we'll focus on what was done well, what lessons can be learned, and while at the same time holding those accountable who were responsible for creating this chaos at a high school basketball game. We all know that that's the biggest deal of the year in any municipality here in the state of Indiana is high school basketball. And people have every right to expect they can come to the games and be safe, and they can. We'll ensure that.
Police took an armed juvenile into custody, found inside of the school. It's unclear if that person was the one who fired shots. A school district spokesperson says the person taken into custody does not attend Lawrence Township schools. Again, school will go on as normal today. There will be administrator and also counselors on scene to support students if they need it today. We'll send it back to the studio. Reporting live here in Lawrence, Amisha Ramsey for Wish TV, wishtv.com, and like us on Facebook.
Thank you, Amisha. It's 5 minutes after 6. Authorities now confirm a woman and her adult son died in a fire Tuesday night in Newcastle. We first brought you this story as breaking news yesterday on Daybreak. The coroner identified the victims as 48-year-old Brock Shipley and his mom, 70-year-old Sandy Shipley. We talked to a friend.
Very sorry for him, and I'll say prayers for him, and she will be missed. I'm know from me knowing by times I'm around her, I'm sure there's a lot of people, her family and other friends that really loved her because she's that kind of person.
Fire department says it does not know what caused the fire, but they believe it was accidental. Sheriff's deputies in Cass County say they found a dog that they believe mauled a woman to death. Investigators say the dog attacked 89-year-old Beverly Hayden. Officers found her body yesterday morning. Hayden was the owner of the dog. Deputies found the dog last night about 1/2 mile from the house.
6:06 now. The city of Las Vegas is lining up in support of the University of Nevada, Las Vegas. 3 people were killed and another was injured in a shooting on campus Wednesday. Authorities now reveal that the suspect was a professor who recently tried to get a job at the school. They say the gunman died in a shootout with police. That shooting happened just less than 2 miles from the 2017 deadliest mass shooting in the U.S., where a gunman killed 60 people attending a music festival.
Now that I've calmed down a bit, now I just feel angry. The fact that this happens over and over again is ridiculous. School shootings have been happening since I was born. I was born in the year 2000. It's 2023. And I'm tired of it. And I don't know how I can just walk around on campus after this.
The fear that permeated every one of those children, every one of those professors. It's a very difficult time, and it's time for us, as the adults, enough. It is enough.
Police have not released the names of the victims or the gunman.
In Your Vote 2024, Nikki Haley found herself as the focus of her foes during the 4th Republican primary debate. Happened live here on Wish TV. News 8's government reporter Garrett Bergquist shows us what happened.
If attacks during debates are a sign of front-runner status, then there was no question which of the candidates has gotten the most support lately. The attacks on Haley began moments into the debate.
She caves anytime the left comes after her, anytime the media comes after her.
Nikki, I don't have a woman problem. You have a corruption problem. And I think that that's what people need to know. Nikki is corrupt.
Haley is now nearly tied with Ron DeSantis in the polls. Americans for Prosperity endorsed her at the end of November.
And in terms of these donors that are supporting me, they're just jealous. They wish that they were supporting them.
The candidates still found time to talk about issues. Chris Christie said he would send American troops into Gaza to rescue the 8 Americans still held hostage by Hamas. DeSantis appeared to indicate he would as well. On the economy, Haley says the U.S. needs a stronger domestic supply of home construction materials and needs to cut its debt. DeSantis says the U.S. should step up domestic oil production and force universities to bear the cost of student loans. The moderators also asked the candidates how they would stop the flow of fentanyl over the southern border.
I mean, the easy part is talking about how we're going to use our military to secure the border. I will, and I believe that everybody else wants to do the same thing. But the harder part is dealing with the crisis of purpose and meaning, the mental health epidemic raging across this country like wildfire.
Look at where fentanyl came from. Let's go to the heart of the matter. It came from China. That's why we need to end all normal trade relations with China until they stop murdering Americans with fentanyl.
For his part, Christie went after the most conspicuous no-show, Donald Trump.
When my colleagues here raised their hands and said they would support him even if he was a convicted felon, the bigger problem with it is they were confirming the lies he's told to the American people. If you're too timid to take on Trump, believe me, others will see that timidity. Xi, Putin, and the Ayatollah, the border crossers on the southern border, and the criminals in our streets.
So far, though, the polls suggest those four candidates still are competing for second place. The latest Real Clear Politics average gives former President Donald Trump a 47-point lead over the rest of the field. I'm Garrett Bergquist for Wish TV, wishtv.com, and like us on Facebook.
Well, let's continue our coverage with Indiana's best political team. Republicans Whitley Yates and Ali Bartlett and Democrat Dana Black from our All Indiana Politics team joined us live at 10 o'clock p.m. They agree that Nikki Haley appears to be the front runner to challenge Donald Trump. They also believe it will be Trump versus Joe Biden in November of 2024.
Just a lot of people screaming and shouting and yelling at each other, not really having any vision. They don't have a direction. They're praying to their Trump God, hoping that he, will pick them to be their vice president, or if he goes to jail, that his followers find them kind enough that they will pick them instead. It was a non-factor tonight, really.
We cannot have Biden as president again. He does absolutely nothing. He doesn't know where he is half of the time, and I am scared of another 4 years with him in office. So at the end of the day, when looking at this stage, I would rather have a leader with substantive ideas that is competent than Joe Biden attempting to lead us out of anything when he can't even walk off a stage.
You can find more of our extensive coverage of last night's debate on our website, wishtv.com. At 6:11, the White House has forgiven nearly $2 billion of student loan debt in Indiana. That's according to new numbers obtained by News 8. The numbers showed the Biden administration erased $1.96 billion of student debt for more than 35,000 Indiana residents. The relief is from two programs. One is of the income-driven relief forgiveness. The other wipes out loans for those who work in public service, including teaching. The White House says its total student loan relief totals nearly $132 billion nationwide. Your time now is 6:12.
Another surprise round of resignations at Newfields. We'll look at new details behind the moves as controversy swirls around the museum.
Good morning. I'm Andrew Chernoff in Las Vegas with the Indiana Pacers as they get ready for another game later today when they take on the Milwaukee Bucks in the NBA in-season tournament semifinals. Coming up, we'll hear from the Blue and Gold as they get ready for this big-time matchup.
This is the News 8 Daily 8 podcast, a Wish TV News 8 update on demand. For even more, on demand and on the go, connect with Wish TV on Facebook at wishtv.com and on the free Wish TV mobile app. Thank you for listening, and be sure to like, subscribe, and follow this podcast for updates every weekday morning on the All Indiana Podcast Network and wherever you get your podcast.